Huge breaking coming in from that press conference by the newly minted Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar. Number one, he says this is not just 9 leaders of the NCP, this is the NCP. He also says very clearly that he has the blessings of everyone. This is the official statement of his party, the NCP. On being questioned on whether he has the blessings of Mr. Sharad Pawar, he says he spoke to Mr. Pawar on the phone. As per Ajit Pawar, he has the blessings of everyone, which includes Mr. Sharad Pawar and Supriya Sule. Is it so? That's the big question. But the biggest takeaway is, viewers, that the new Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra says this is not just 9 leaders of the NCP. It is the NCP that has joined right now the government as the third party. NCP in official capacity, as per Ajit Pawar, has joined the government. So it's not a matter of splitting the NCP where Ajit Pawar is concerned in what he said. He says the NCP has joined the new government where he's taken oath as Deputy CM. Big news coming in, cutting across to Rajdeep Sardesai, consulting editor, Rahul Srivastava, National Affairs editor. Rajdeep, what do you make of it? Ajit Pawar saying no split, this is the NCP. He also says he has the blessings of Sharad Pawar, Supriya Sule. We are expecting a press conference from Mr. Pawar a short while from now.
Look, the fact is a majority of the MLAs are with Ajit Pawar. The numbers will be known, but clearly a majority of the NCP legislature party is firmly with Ajit Pawar and have supported his decision. The only question remains whether Mr. Pawar and Supriya Sule will also back this decision. The very fact that Dilip Valse Patil, Praful Patel, these are people who have been part of the sort of core Pawar group, that they have also openly identified with Ajit Pawar would suggest to some extent that Sharad Pawar is left with little choice but to accept that his party has now been taken over by Ajit Pawar. Has he given blessings to this takeover? That is the only question. When we had met him, as I said in May, he had said those who wanted to go could go, he would stay with the MVA. But given the fact that virtually the entire legislature party has now switched sides, that all their MPs are also switching sides, would Sharad Pawar like to be isolated at a time like this? Or is Mr. Pawar preparing the ground for eventually also joining hands with Ajit Pawar and joining hands with the BJP? Remember 2014, when the Fadnavis government was first formed in Maharashtra, Mr. Pawar had given it outside support before the Shiv Sena then eventually formed that government. In 2017, there were reports that Mr. Pawar was planning to join hands with the BJP. In 2019, Mr. Pawar has admitted that he did consider the possibility of joining hands with the BJP. There were talks between the two. Now we come to 2023. What is to suggest that what we've seen today is a prelude to Mr. Pawar and the entire party joining hands with the BJP as an official ally? Where does that leave Eknath Shinde is one question. But for now, Mr. Pawar will have to answer the question. Ajit Pawar claims he has spoken to Sharad Pawar and taken his blessings. Has Mr. Pawar given those blessings? People close to Mr. Pawar say he is continuing with his programs as scheduled. He is not part of this exercise that's taking place in Mumbai. But with Mr. Pawar, you never know what tomorrow brings. But as of today, our sources maintain that Mr. Pawar doesn't want to be seen to be identified with his nephew. But given the scale of what has happened, you never know. Will Mr. Pawar actually be in a position now to completely distance himself from the fact that his core supporters have joined hands with the BJP?
Well, you know, the indications that we are getting right now is that a press conference will happen soon where Mr. Pawar is concerned. But I want to bring in Rahul Srivastava into this conversation as well. The biggest takeaway of that press conference, Rahul Srivastava, is as per Ajit Pawar, there is no faction. This is the real NCP. There is no going to be fight for any symbols. This is the united NCP. And he says he spoke to Mr. Pawar, Sharad Pawar, on the telephone, and he has the blessings of not just Mr. Pawar, but also the second working president of the NCP, Supriya Sule. The other one was sitting right next to him, Mr. Praful Patel.
One will have to wait and see how it unfolds really. Which way is Sharad Pawar going to go to ensure that his the party he created does not get decimated? Will Pawar take the extreme step? Because there was one very interesting line that if the NCP can go with the Shiv Sena, what's the problem in going with the BJP? That means that secular communal fig leaf which always existed for political parties, I think that the NCP's breakaway faction till now, I will call them, is not adhering to. The second very important thing is when Mr. Ajit Pawar says that he is the the NCP, what it means is that like the Eknath Shinde faction had done, that it stake claim to the organization, the parliamentary, the assembly units, and then it moved that the symbol should be given and the name of the party should be given to that faction. And that meant that controlling the Shiv Sena and Uddhav Thackeray party was stolen from him. Is that what Ajit Pawar eventually going to do? Then you may have a very interesting situation that a bunch of turncoats will eventually be controlling the two original parties.